So now I'm going to tell you how we made Pete, okay? I took a toilet paper roll. Actually, what I did was, this is actually a paper towel tube because I only had one toilet paper roll and I already, and I'm going to show you the end product in just a little bit with the toilet paper roll. But all I did was I cut this toilet paper, or this paper towel tube to the size of a toilet paper roll. I measured it against another one, and now I could actually make Pete and a couple of other friends. But for now, I'm just going to show you what I did with how I made Pete. So I have my toilet paper roll, or my paper towel tube. I actually have a piece of paper, and this is the piece of paper that I used yesterday to make the rainbow mice. And I just cut it because I'm going to make a guitar for Pete. I have the same colors from yesterday, red, yellow, and blue, because I realized that Pete is these three colors here, in addition to some white. And I also used a pen because I used that to kind of trace around things. Okay, so what I did was I took my toilet paper tube and I colored it all blue. I colored the whole thing blue, and then what I did was, actually I didn't color the whole thing blue. What I did was I started coloring the whole thing blue, but then I knew that I wanted to make sure that I had the eyes, so I drew the eyes here for Pete, because if you kind of look at his eyes, they're kind of like a little bit like sideways D's. So I just drew his eyes. And then I drew the inside of his eye. Okay, it's kind of hard to do with this little dent there, but that's okay. So I drew his eyes, okay? And then I drew his nose because I knew that I was going to want, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we're not the illustrators of the book. I'm a teacher and you guys are students, and we're not illustrators yet. If we want to be illustrators, we can always be, right? But for now, we're just a teacher and some students who are making this fun Pete to play with. Okay, so anyway, I colored the entire thing. And then I colored in his eyes. I'm not going to color the entire thing for time's sake, but I'm just going to do a little bit here. And it's easier to color this part first before you bend it down to make the ears. Because if you bend it down to make the ears and then you try coloring it, it gets a little tricky. I did that on the other one. Okay, so I did that. And then what I did was I bent this side down. And I bent the front side down, so I bent the back and the front down, so that gives me the ears. I don't have to cut any ears. I don't have to draw any ears. I just bend that down and that gives me his ears. Okay, so then I go on and color the rest. So I'm going to show you my finished product. This is what my Pete the cat looks like that I finished, like I said, for time's sake. So I did his eyes, I did the nose, I drew his whiskers, and then I drew his red shoes that he likes to rock to school. And here it is folded. And I took the piece of paper that I'm showing you, this small little piece, and I drew a guitar. Okay, so I drew a little guitar for Pete, and I decided not to glue it because there's so many Pete the Cat books out there that he doesn't always have his guitar. So if I wanted to play with my friends, I could just play with him like this, and then if I wanted to use a guitar, I could just hold it while I'm playing with it. But there's Pete the Cat, really simple. Just take the toilet paper tube, and actually you could make anything with these toilet paper tubes. You could even make Pete the Cat on this side and maybe one of his friends on this side, and that way you can turn them around and it could be back and forth. But on this Pete the Cat that I did, I colored it blue all the way around. And then, like I said, I just drew his shoes on the front part of it. Well, that's the art activity that I wanted to show you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get a chance to make a Pete the Cat. Rocking his school shoes. Rocking his school shoes, right? Okay. All right. Have fun.